What a bitch.
What the hell did I do? Oh my God. Laszlo, why are you calling people a bitch? Anyway, hope you're having a great day. What's up? It's the Huff. It's another episode of the Huff Uncensored. I'm challenging myself today. I know I don't do it very often. Clearly, I don't. But today, that soundbite that I opened the show with, I'm going to challenge myself for every single story I do today. Every single one. I'm going to try to work that soundbite in and make it make sense. Okay? So I could be talking about, yeah, it sure is hot outside today. Maybe I need to get a coat. And then,
What a bitch.
yeah, right? That kind of makes sense. But the hard part is going to be when they don't. There's a few of them there. I'm already racking my brain. I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck I'm going to make that work. But we're going to do it today, okay? You know what? You deserve it. You do. You do. Who's my little cuddle bug? You are.
Right, as always.
Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Got a lot to get to. Let's have some fun today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Give it a nice review if you could, please. Also, don't forget today's show is presented to you by High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. I'm headed over there later today, right after this show. Also, Bet Online. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. Oh my God, I can't believe football is here. It's like the regular season's right around the corner. Whether it's the preseason NFL to college kicking off, Bet Online has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. And if you think you know your stuff, well, you probably do. Get in on the winner take all 300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. And when the games are all over, go ahead and make your way over to their online casino. Get in on the game of blackjack or poker, or even unwind with one of their over 150 slot games. Go to betonline.ag right now and use that promo code BLEAV. That's BLEAV, and get in on the action. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. And you know what we need to do? Don't be a bitch. You thought I was going to play the soundbite, okay? Now look at you. You're all complaining like, oh, look at me.
What a bitch.
Oh, I did work it in. I did. Anyway, you know what we need to do? Let's get in on those headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Well, just another reason why we should all dislike influencers. I guess in a sense I'm kind of an influencer, but no, not that much. Not that much. I'm not somebody that can open my, give you the peek behind the curtain of my entire life and everything is exposed. I can't do that. I don't like it. It's dirty to me. And I just don't appreciate the majority of influencers out there. I think a lot of them are scummy and fake, and that's from experience meeting them, okay? But anyway, a good example, another reason to dislike influencers is because of the dumb shit they do. And this lady named Cleo Lopez, she's British. She's a British influencer. I go around and I got my big boobs out and I look fancy and stuff. Guess what she does? Guess what her big claim to fame is? She likes to leave her underwear in random spots throughout the world. Wherever she's traveling, that's what she does. And she really blew up this last week when she decided, when I believe she was in Spain, she decided when she was in a local grocery store in the bakery area, she's like, you know what would be fun? Let's take off my underwear and stick it next to all the fresh baked pastries. That's what she did. It wasn't like it was around stuff that was prepackaged. That'd still be gross. But no, in the video, she's literally taking off her unders and then sticking them right next to the pastries. Like they just essentially came fresh out of the oven. And then her underwear came fresh off the oven too. What the shit, man? You can't be doing that. That's disgusting. That's really unsanitary. I don't know if you got any crotch critters, lady. My goodness. Is that why gonorrhea was trending on X yesterday? I wonder. I kind of looked at it and I was like, why is gonorrhea? Why is gonorrhea trending? It was either that or something, some political shit. Who fucking knows? But what the fuck, people? My goodness. If you do that, you're a fucking dick. You don't sit there and take off your underwear and stick it where other people are going to consume food. It's moronic. And that's exactly what's wrong with social media, is people like that are getting paid to do shit like that. If I went around to random places and just started leaving my underwear places, guess what? That'd be a problem. It'd be a big fucking problem if I did that. You're like, what the shit? Somebody call hazmat. That's gross. My God. Cleo. Is it Cleo? Chloe? Lopez? What a fucking annoying bitch.
What a bitch.
Yeah. It makes sense. And you're welcome. Got the first story. 28-year-old woman was arrested in Indiana after an incident at a local Applebee's. She was yelling and screaming. Bad names were being hurled at the manager. Why? Because there was a big misunderstanding between her and the group she was with. This lady and her friends all go to the local Applebee's, sit down, and order the special. The special is an all-you-can-eat deal for $15.99. You get boneless wings, you get riblets, you get double crunch shrimp, all served with endless fries. Again, all for $15.99 per person. Well, these people were dumb and apparently don't know how to fucking read. Maybe that's the problem here. And they didn't notice that it said per person. So they sit down and order, they all order the meal, or the deal. They didn't say how many people it was. We'll just assume like 5 people total. They sit down and they all order, they all eat, and then the bill comes and then they flip their lid. They're like, what the shit? Numbers are confusing and this is wrong. Start yelling and screaming. They swore up and down that it doesn't say per person anywhere on the menus or the signage. Police get called. The lady gets arrested. And then they finally all realize it says per person everywhere. Everywhere. How dumb are people? Read. You're so blinded by your stupidity that you started yelling and screaming at the manager because you're just so locked up in you being wrong, and you refuse to admit that you're wrong because you can't see 2 words per person. So somebody finally, as the lady's being hauled off to jail, one of the people in the group was just like, shit, it does say per person everywhere. So she was humbled, stuck her, or whoever it was, put their tail between their legs, went in there, paid the bill. My goodness, people, read the fucking fine print. Seriously, you're going to complain about that, and you're completely wrong.
What a bitch.
Got it again. And it's true. What a fucking bitch. And another reason why it is very difficult to work in the restaurant industry, because you deal with customers like that all the time. They refuse to read the fine print. They think that they're always right, because there was some nonsense back in the day that some companies would say the customer's always right. No, they're not. Not anymore, because so many customers tried to use that and abuse that. and people would constantly come up and try to get free food, or they just be assholes to the employees. So, yeah, what a bitch. Laszlo's right. What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Laszlo, quit calling people beachies. This is a random fact that I just found. Sticking with the food industry, apparently, fast food customers, on average, every year, eat about 12 pubes, 12 pubic hairs a year. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw up.
Hey, that's one a month. All right. Ah, man, I have not got my monthly dose of pubic hair. What's gross is, again, as somebody that worked in the industry, is like, how the fuck's that happen? That doesn't happen on accident. That's on purpose. And that tells you just, like, be cautious when you go into a place. Because if you got a bad vibe and you're like, I don't know, these people seem dirty. I know you're not supposed to judge people based on looks, but come on. Sometimes you got to go with your gut. I would love, in a weird way, I would love, just for the story's sake, to catch somebody putting pubic hair on food. I would just like, because you would be in such shock. You'd be like, what am I seeing? What is happening? And it's like some dude sprinkling. He's just like Todd's back in the back room, grabbing a fistful of pubes and rubbing it all over the marinated chicken and getting it ready for the grill. And then you're just sitting there going, like, what the fuck are you doing? Huh? And you're like, I need to speak with your manager. And they're like, don't you rat me out. Don't you rat me out. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to rat you out, you son of a bitch. And then they're just like,
What a bitch.
yeah, I'm the bitch. I'm the bitch for ratting you out for sprinkling pubes on everybody's food. That's disgusting. If that's, I mean, they're guessing, but that tells you that's based off of evidence. That's based off of customer complaints that have been submitted to the local health departments. So, how many people have actually consumed pubic hair and not even realized it? I got probably a stomach full of pubes. Oh, God. Taco Bell. Can I get that without any pubic hair, please? I'll take 5 bean burritos, 2 tacos, and no pubes, please. Okay. Hey, Carlos, no pubes. Ah, fuck. I gotta remake them. God, fucking customers. Always being picky. No onions, no pubes. Yeah, well, sorry. Sorry, bud. Sorry. Hey, we got more coming your way, but first, High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. It's the only licensed cannabis bar in the state of Colorado, and it works like an alcohol bar, but it's for cannabis. And when you go in there, you can purchase on site, you can consume on site, and then take the rest home. It's really cool. They got pre-rolls, they got concentrates, they got flour, they got edibles, and they provide everything you need to consume it with. High Society also has an amazing environment. The atmosphere is just really cool and relaxed. They got 7 big screen TVs in there. So maybe you want to catch your favorite sporting event, or maybe you want to host a watch party. Either way, High Society is the place for you. And you can also rent Nintendo Switches. They also got a ton of free board games. They got a quarter arcade with pinball machines, vintage Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and more. It's such a cool place. Like I said earlier, I'm going over there right after this. And it should be a lot of fun to go over there and hang out with some people and, you know, enjoy the environment. It's just a really cool place. They're open daily from noon to 10. Happy hour runs from noon to 4:20 Monday through Friday. You got to swing on by. Tuesdays is Ladies' Day. Oh, as I'm recording it, it's Ladies' Day. Oh, hey. Yeah. All right, ladies, I'll see you there. And ladies, you're going to get 20% off all day as I almost knock over my camera. High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. It's just 9 minutes from Coors Field. It's open noon to 10. Got to be at least 21 or older to consume. No outside product. You got to buy it there. High Society's at 7667 Washington Street. Just GPS to High Society. Yeah, as I'm in the middle of that. I'm like, oh, fuck. Anyway, hey, looking at I'm going to play you something that is not just sports related, it's life related, and see if this can relate to your work environment. We'll see if you can see what I'm talking about. The CSU Rams quarterback, oh God, I can't remember his name now. Braden Fowler Nicholas or something like that. I don't know what it is. But anyway, one of his receivers made some news this past week because he said that they were offered the transfer and get paid up to right around $600,000 if they did, but they opted not to. Now, why? Well, here's the quarterback, Braden Fowler Nicholas.
It's how I was raised. I didn't come here to make money. I came here to win games and play ball for the Rams. So I think if we play ball here, we do our job, we do what we're supposed to, we win championships, go to the playoff, shock the world, I think the money will come eventually. My job in college isn't to sit here and try to make as much money as I can. I know the new landscape is exciting for a lot of people. There's a lot of opportunities out there, but at the end of the day, I'm a 20-year-old kid with higher goals in life than to make money in college. And so as much of a blessing as that would be and set myself up for a long time, I think if I do my job here and we get it done and perform like how we know we're supposed to, I think there's several people on this team that will be taken care of for life after college.
I get it. That's respectable. But it's just, in sports, you're one play away from not being in sports ever again and relying on your education. And yes, you did go to CSU to play football, but you also went there to get an education. And the thing is the reality is such a small percentage of individuals make it in the NFL and are able to make a good amount of money. And you just turned down over $500,000 because you think you're going to shock the world at CSU. Hey, it's good. I like the confidence. I think it's moronic, though. I respect the grit, the determination to follow through with what you started at CSU. That's fine. I get it. But overall, I think you made a huge fucking mistake. You're playing at CSU, and yes, you have good numbers. I mean, you make plays like this.
It's still snowing here in Fort Collins. Fowler Nicolosi takes a shot down the sideline. Open catch. Ross Simmons. Touchdown. Rams. 61 yards.
Nicolosi. Sorry, buddy. Is it Fowler Nicolosi? Do I have to say that, or is it just Nicolosi? Either way, I think, yes, your parents raised you right. It's not about the money. But in reality is your dreams, ask any football player, your dreams could be taken away from you with one bad hit. And then what do you got? And it kind of, and I don't know his background, but maybe that's just two different upbringings financially. And I hate to say it, but it's just like, are these just words coming from somebody that's come from money? And that's why he's not afraid to turn down over $500,000. Listen, I hate to talk about it like that, but that's the difference. Because if that happens to me, yeah, fuck. Yeah, I'll go there. I'll go wherever. For $500,000, over $500,000. Now, what would be nice is if somehow this guy ended up getting some endorsements here in Colorado, and maybe he's able to, get some of that money back in a sense. But I think that guy fucked up. I know it's the good guy thing to do, but he's missing an opportunity to shout from the rooftops.
Come bitch, biatch!
I I just I get it, dude. You're trying to be the good guy. And you come out and be like, that's not how I was raised, okay? Listen, sure, I had 5 silver spoons stuck in my mouth, but I can I'm not here to make money. That sounds like somebody that is never felt the stress of finances, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. But coming from me who has felt that, it just doesn't seem like a smart move. And I hope that I'm proven wrong by this, and I hope CSU has a great season, and I hope he's correct when it all pays off for him staying with CSU, and he ends up having a career in the NFL, and he profits from that because that's fucking awesome if he's able to do it. But it's the odds are against him. So listen, you could be mad about that all you want, but I think he made a mistake. It's just, come on, you don't know if you're going to have a reliable paycheck. Sometimes you just got to take the money where it's at, and then reassess. I mean, he's going to be sitting back, and he's going to be making a bunch of money in the NFL. He's going to hear this soundbite or hear this or not even interview, just this episode of me saying what an idiot he was, and he's just going to be, murmuring under his breath.
What a bitch.
Boom! You didn't think I was going to get to it, did you? Woo! That felt good. That was a lot of lead in for that. Okay? Woo! Woo! Didn't know I was going to do it. I was scared. I honestly, I was deer in the headlights for a second. But shit, I just dug deep and, crossed my heart, hope to die, and then boom, got it. Nailed it.
Right, as always.
Ken knows. Ken was right there with me, side by side, and it's really in moments like that when you really know who's in the foxhole with you. And Ken was right there with me the whole time. Anyway, I thought this was interesting. Bill Belichick, future Hall of Fame coach, former head coach to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady, was on the Pat McAfee show the other day and started talking about the Denver Broncos rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, and the Denver Broncos. I found it very interesting.
I think you go with him when you feel like he's ready to go. What you don't want to do is you don't want to put a rookie quarterback in there. Like, let's, for example, here, what I don't think you want to do is put Bo in there, and then after 3 or 4 games, find out you need to take him out and put Stid back in there and go that way. I don't think that would work. I think that just creates a lot of confusion, and I really don't think that's what you want to do. If you're sure Bo Nix is the guy, then you go with him, but you don't turn back. You stay with him all the way through.
Yes. And I think you think about that with your business, and sometimes, especially in NFL and especially the Denver Broncos, they're so focused on, we need something splashy right now. And they got itchy trigger fingers. You put a guy in there, has a few flubs, and then you're like, well, pull him out. And then, like Belichick said, that's just going to cause confusion. Sometimes it's better, no matter what business you're in, that you just got to kind of ride it out. You got to deal with those waves as they're hitting you in the face, and learn from those, and then progress forward. So it's I see what he's saying, and I think the Broncos have been notorious in years past for just going, oh, let's throw a guy in there. He does okay, has a few flubs. They're listening to the outside chants from the fans saying, this guy needs to be replaced, instead of just writing it out with the person and letting them get their lumps and learning from their mistakes. Now the thing is, they've had kind of a shit go when it comes to quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos. They've kind of had these guys that don't really show much of promise. Bo Nix, especially, seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, and if he does make mistakes, he seems like that he would be a guy that would learn from his mistakes and continue to move forward and continue to progress, and obviously become a better player. I I agree with Bill Belichick. It annoys me when you see that. It could be in any business. Somebody screws up, and you're like, all right, you're done. You're off. Whatever. You're working a factory line. You accidentally drilled your hand to the to the floor. You're done. Okay. Jeez, you're panicking so much. Sometimes when you screw up, you need to just be like, walk away for a second, take a breath, get back out there. Don't do it again. And sometimes that's the best way to go. I know that there's it's like when a running back fumbles. You see the difference in coaching styles. Some coaches will bench the player for the rest of the game, maybe give them one or two more carries where somebody else takes over the carries. But then some coaches will immediately give them the ball the very next opportunity. And I would think as a player that that's the way I would like it to be, is like I need the opportunity to prove to myself as well as the coaching staff that I'm not going to continue to make that mistake. I'm going to hold on to the ball tighter. I'm going to protect it a lot more. And I think that's where Belichick's coming from, is you can't punish somebody for making some mistakes. If you think he's ready to go out and start, let him start, but you got to be in it. You can't sit there and bail on him, because that's only going to cause more damage. So I think, and to be honest, I don't see Sean Payton being the opposite of that. I see Sean Payton riding it out with him, with Bo Nix. Listen, Broncos country, I think we all can agree. We feel like Bo Nix is the quote unquote savior. He's the Bronco Jesus. That's what he is, right? Bo Nix. Oh, blasphemy. Well, fuck, don't complain to me. God.
What a bitch.
Oh, got it. But you see what I'm saying? That you just got to ride it out. And I think people are so confident in Bo Nix and what we've seen from him in preseason that it's just like, yeah, ride it out. We're with you. If he stumbles, I mean, we have confidence in him that he's going to pick himself up and move forward. He's not like a reckless gunslinger, and he's not trying to be overly fancy and throwing shit behind his back and whatever like that. Listen, I can appreciate what Patrick Mahomes does when it comes to throwing like that and doing these no-look passes. Caleb Williams did it too. Those are great. Those are fine until they don't work. And then you're sitting there going, what a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. I don't see Bo Nix being careless with the ball. And while I say that real quick about Patrick Mahomes is really fucking good. It's just, if I was a Chiefs fan, that shit would make me a little nervous. It's like, I appreciate it when it works, but I've seen it a few times where it doesn't. And then you're sitting there going, really? Really? Throwing it left-handed? Yeah, you're lucky it worked. You're lucky. Lucky. But I agree with Bill Belichick. That's what you need to do. And it's just like in business. Sometimes you're forced to write it out with somebody after they make careless mistakes. That's what happened with me in radio. I made so many mistakes at the beginning. They're all different things, but they were at a point where they were so low staffed that they didn't have a choice to keep me on rotation. And it scared the shit out of me as an employee, because I was like, I just went to school for broadcasting and here I am fucking it up. So I would get so sick to my stomach of like, don't make that mistake again. And then next thing you know, I make another stupid mistake. But thankfully, they were desperate. And they were forced to stick with me. And then I ended up, getting better and better and better. And I guarantee you, if they're fully staffed, I wouldn't have made it. So there's a lot of logic in that make that. Yeah, I think especially nowadays, people are so trigger happy and just be like, you either succeed now or get the fuck out. Be like, well, can't we have just training wheels? Imagine that with your little kid. Be like, no, fuck it. You don't get training wheels. Go. Like, what? No, I don't know how. Pick your shit up. Do not crash. Crash. Fuck it. Can't ride his bike now. Can't ride his bike. Get the fuck out. Dad, you're a dick. You're a dick. Yeah, I like that Belichick came out. And that's powerful words coming from him. He didn't give, not that I heard, he didn't give like an endorsement of Bo Nix. He's just saying something logical. If you think he's ready, let him go. But you got to support him. Don't fucking bail on him, because that's just going to cause a lot of mental damage to Bo Nix, and it's going to fuck up the whole team. Don't do that shit. So I believe in Sean Payton, and that's the way they're going to do it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining the show. I really appreciate you guys. Big thanks to CBS Sports for the audio. I still think CSU fucked up as far as those players go. You just don't know when your next paycheck's coming. I know several people that used to be college stars or NFL stars, and then they get injured. Guess what they have to rely on is their education and whatever money's left over in the bank. And sometimes you just got to try to, actually most of the time, you got to stockpile that money, because in an industry like that, it could just be taken away from you. So, fucked up, dude. I hope he's successful. Fuck off. Jeez, get off my back.
What a bitch.
I had to get it in. I did. You know, it sounds good for lunch.
Stay clear of the breakfast burritos. Too much of the chilaquiles.
I really want to get the chilaquiles. Yes, indeed. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Hope you had a great day. Hopefully, you laughed a little bit in this episode. Hopefully you did. And I did it. I can put this on my resume that I played that soundbite for every single story. Sure, not all winners. Not all of them. But you know what? I feel like a winner at the end of the day.
What a bitch.
Fuck you, Laszlo. You're such a butthole. Laszlo, why are you being a beehole? Anyway, thanks for listening. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you could, give it a nice review. Also, thanks to High Society Cannabis Dispo and Lounge. And, of course, Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. It's the Huff Uncensored. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.